Now, Eric is not only furious with Ramona for creating this painful confusion, but Eric doesn't believe that James is his biological father. Watch.
My entire life, I've been begging for answers. I asked over and over and over again who my father was. But my mother could never get her story straight. When I was 3 years old, my mother told me she didn't know who my father was. Then I asked again when I was 6 years old, and she gave me a different story. Then I asked again when I was 9, and she told me my father's initials were JC. Apparently, that's all she knew. And then last year, a complete and total stranger named James contacted me on Facebook claiming he was my father. I was like, who the hell is this guy? I wanted a father figure my entire life. I needed someone there for my baseball games, my football games, even my wedding. Well, it's a little too late for that now, isn't it? I've been lied to my entire life. Now my mom and James are both positive he's my father. I think they're both full of crap, and I don't believe a word they say.
This guy gets in touch with you.
Yes, sir.
And he says, I'm your father.
Yeah, about 1.5 years ago, man, it was kind of crazy. I'm at work, I get a phone call. Hey, you know, my name's James, and I could be your father. I'm pretty sure I'm your father.
First of all, she didn't tell you who in the beginning.
She didn't know who he was. It was some situation that had come up, and she ended up pregnant.
Right.
Okay, so I asked to
And
get
by the
away.
way, at 14 years old.
Yeah, but it don't mean lie to me for 30 years. Give me a straightforward answer. You know, it's been going on for 30 years, like I said. I've asked when I was 3, I've asked when I was 6, I've asked when I was 9.
Did she ever come out with a name?
It was JC, was the initials.
JC. You know what James's name was when he was a kid? JC.
Yeah. No clue.
Meanwhile, he's missed out on everything if he's your father.
You see that, Maury?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful woman I married. And I was emotional that day just to be marrying that woman right there, man.
In fact, your wife Becky is here, right?
Yes, sir. She's right there. That's a very beautiful woman.
What do you think of this guy, James?
Honestly, I don't think he's his father.
Why is that?
There's no features. There's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Nothing.
How do you regard his mom?
She's an habitual liar, Maury.
I had no clue.
So your mom thinks that this is your father?
Oh, she's 100% sure her damn self.
Oh, really? Were you told this story that my producers were told? And this is what happened. Your mother's 14 years old. He's 16 years old. They date for a couple of months. Then they kind of break up. Then they see each other at a concert. And they're in the mosh pit. And your mom got hurt in the mosh pit, went to the hospital. He went to the hospital with her. She was told at the hospital, you're pregnant.
My question is if you found out she was pregnant and you knew she was pregnant and obviously had a feeling that it was your child, that she's carrying
here's the story I heard. Her sister's boyfriend at the time told James, don't you worry about this.
Yeah, I heard that.
Threatened him.
Yes, sir, I did hear that, too.
If he pursued any of this.
Here's my question.
So therefore, James got out of the picture for 30 years.
Yeah, disappeared. No. Here's my question. If you knew she was pregnant, you knew you was going to possibly be a father, why in the hell did you run off like a bitch?
We're going to find out. Here's the guy who says he's your father, James. James, come on out.
How you doing, Maury?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming. Have a seat. So, you think you all look alike?
I see it.
I don't see it, man. I really don't. Sorry, but I just don't see it.
You believe he's your son?
I absolutely do. I mean, there is that one little bit, hey, maybe some people just look alike, but I see too many resemblances. I really do.
Can you understand why he's angry with you?
To a point, yes. I don't think he has the whole story, though. There's a whole lot of details that I don't think he was
That's what
ever
we're here
told
for
the truth.
today. We need them answers because I've gotten so many stories. So many. One from Mom, my aunt, my uncles, and then you come in and give me your side of the story.
Well, guess what? Let's find out from Eric. Because he says there's a lot of details to be filled in. Fill me in.
I was a runaway from foster care back in that time. I was a 15-year-old kid doing some stuff I probably shouldn't have been doing, especially with a girl that was close to my age. It was a very, very short, couple of month-long relationship. Prior to that relationship, her sister's brother, who was a third-degree black belt and never liked me from day one. Very intimidating.
Should make no difference, man. I'm sorry.
To a 15-year-old kid? To a 15-year-old kid, yes. At that point, we had already been broken up for a period of weeks. I did not want to be broken up with Ramona. it was her choice, which I didn't even know she was Ramona back then. I only knew her as Mona. She knew me as JC. That was it. We were at a similar concert at a park. There was a mosh pit. She got trampled. I still had feelings for her. I was in another car chasing that ambulance to the hospital. And all I heard was the boyfriend said, "They think she's pregnant. You better get out of here or you're in deep." And by deep, he meant bodily harm. After the fact, I found out her family had taken her back to Ocala. There was no Facebook, there was no Google, there was no MySpace. I had no last name. She had no last name.
How come all of a sudden, 2 years ago, you find him?
I have no idea how the ex-boyfriend was looking around on Facebook.
The guy who was threatening you?
Yes. Sent me a message and says, "Are you this guy that used to run around this town about this time and dated this girl?" I thought, man, is this guy still harboring a grudge to come at me? 'Cause he hated me from day one before I even met her. Like, you know, I'm a man now. Come on, let's do it. I said, "Yes, I am." And he went, "Ha, ha, ha, Daddy." At that point, he put me in contact with Mona. Mona said she talked to Eric, gave me his number. He says, "Here, call him."
If you knew she was pregnant, regardless if there was no Facebook back then, MySpace even came before that, or, you know, Google or whatever you want to say, why didn't you still just try to make an effort?
Right.
Just try to make an effort.
Again, she was taken from my vision. She was taken out to
But
where
you knew
I could...
about where she was taken.
No, I had no idea.
She was taken to Ocala.
No, I knew that.